Hello, party people. So it's been a while since we've seen each other, and I really wish it was for a better reason. But unfortunately, for the past year, I have been battling a skin condition, and this skin condition really took me for a loop. So I started to vlog my skin journey, and it took me a long time to even want to do that because of the deep and dark place that I was in mentally. This skin disease unfortunately really tested my self-confidence and how body positive I really am. And it's really crazy that I have been, through this journey, especially, dealing with my channel and trying to build up my platform. So this was really a really tough thing to open up about. I ultimately decided to open up about my skin disease because number one, I missed you guys a lot. Like, I miss creating videos. I miss coming up with content to really knock you over the head with. I miss being a creator. And a part of being a creator, a part of being an actress, a large part of who I am and kind of my morals and who I stand for are, represented in the content in which I put out for you guys. So it took me a while to put this together, so please be mindful. I've shot all of these videos on my iPhone, and I'm in the house and things like that, so don't be mad if I don't look like this, okay? You have been warned. I just wanted to give you guys the raw, the real, the vulnerable, and honestly, a glimpse into probably the darkest part of my life thus far. So I thank you guys so much for tuning in, for even getting this far. This is only part one of my journey. There will be a part two, and I just thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope that you stay tuning in. I hope you subscribe. My platform has always been a safe place for beauty, especially unconventional beauty. And this disease, now more than ever, has definitely made me stand 10 toes down on what I deem as beautiful, and has also made me reevaluate my own self-worth. This is a very big and vulnerable part of myself that I am opening up to you guys, just so you can see my journey for other people who may be going through the same things as me, or worse, or not even as bad. Basically, you're going to see the journey on how I found myself to be beautiful again. And nothing, and I mean nothing, is ever gonna stop me from being a bad bitch. Hi guys, today's date is March 18th, 2021. I am now starting to actually vlog my whole skin experience. Just to give you just a little bit of background, a little bit after Christmas of last year, I developed a really severe tonsillitis. It was almost so bad that they thought they might have to do take my tonsils out. But I was prescribed a generic antibiotic for my throat so it can get cleared up because I'm allergic to amoxicillin. So I took those, antibiotics, and during the same time I was developing little Harold bubbles and just a rash and it seemed to start in the back of my leg, but then I noticed some spots up here, and then things just started to get progressively worse as the weeks go on. So I went to get my prescription for my throat at the beginning of January, and I started taking them then, and as I'm going through my antibiotics, my skin has become more itchy, more red, and when I scratch my skin, it's like the skin, when you scratch your skin, the skin tears. But this isn't just any normal regular scratch. It would itch so severely, when my skin would tear, it would also start to bubble up almost instantly into these very clear blisters. So if I would scratch the back of my leg really intensely, this whole mass of bubbly clear blister skin would happen in that same spot. And some of you may relate. I can't look at no bubbles in my skin and just leave it well enough alone. So the bad part of me would pop the bubbles or scratch them, and and it's just, things just got progressively worse. So when I went to my appointment on January 4th to get my prescription, I told the doctor about what's going on with me. I had her take a look. She said it might be from the tonsillitis, because one of the, I guess, side effects of having tonsillitis is you might develop a rash. So they thought it was hand in hand. So after I finished taking my biotics, my throat got better, my tonsils were better, but my skin just kept being progressively worse. So it was maybe a week and a half after I finished my antibiotics, and I decided to go to Kaiser, because even though my throat has been better, my skin, like I said, my body skin has gotten progressively worse. So I go to Kaiser's urgent care, and the lady at first told me, she's like, oh, I think it might be shingles. And I'm like, shingles? I'm like, I'm young. Like, why would I have shingles? But the first registered nurse that saw me looked at my body and prescribed me some type of like antibiotics, a super Benadryl, and I think it was some type of ointment or something like that. So I started to take the super Benadryl, daily as prescribed, and nothing was, helping the inflammatory skin that I had. Not the super Benadryl, not Zyrtec, not cortisone cream, no inflammatory like antihistamines were helping. None of that was helping, and I'm just starting to just feel really frustrated, because number one, what is going on with my skin? Number two, why haven't the doctors I've seen so far, and it's 2 so far at that time, why haven't the things that they've gotten my skin better? So I take the prescription as prescribed. I wait about a week, 2 weeks. Actually, I waited about a week and a half before I went back to Kaiser, and a different registered nurse saw me then. And at this time, I've been talking to my friends, because I'm just going through it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with my skin. And I was talking to my best friend, and she was like, you know what you have looks really similar to an experience that I had back in high school. And so she sent me the Mayo Clinic on it, and we originally thought it was pityriasis rosacea. The registered nurse that I saw the second time I went to Kaiser, she looked at my body. She said, oh, it's pityriasis rosacea. And with pityriasis rosacea, it can come when you have like any type of infection, and that's how it can sprout. But it can last up to 10 weeks, and you just got to let it ride out. There's nothing we can do. That's what she told me verbatim. There's nothing that we can do. You can just go home. And so at that time, I'm like, go home? Like, girl, I'm up here I'm miserable. Like, I can't get a good night's sleep. My skin is getting worse. Me scratching is making it worse. Nothing that I've been prescribed so far has gotten it any better. So after she told me that, I was like, okay, well, just try to let it ride out the 10 weeks. So now this is about week 8. This is going on the first week of February, and my skin has not gotten any better. I'm not sure what is going on. Nothing is working. When you look up what to relieve or how to relieve pityriasis rosacea, they give you XYZ, take all these antihistamines. They should, subside the inflammatory skin, all of that. None of that worked. So now I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's not pityriasis rosacea, because nothing is helping. I don't understand why it's not helping, but it's not helping. So I decided to get an appointment with my primary doctor. Now this is the 4th doctor I've seen, and now this is going on the 2nd week of February. So I had a virtual consultation with my primary doctor, because at this point I'm insisting on seeing a dermatologist. So that's what I do. I have my virtual consultation with my primary doctor so I can get that referral. So I talk to my doctor. I have him through video look at my skin. Oh, let me just show you guys my skin, but it just gets worse and worse and worse. So I show my primary doctor everything that's going on, because not only is it on my arms, but it's on my stomach. It's coming up the side of my back. It's on the back of my back. Like, it's on my butt. It's on the back of my legs. It's everywhere. And so I am just so depressed at this point because, like I said, I haven't had a good night's sleep in weeks, and maybe more than a month at this point in time. So after the doctor, kind of looked over my skin, she's like, he was like, you know what? I don't think it's psoriasis rosacea. I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, let's get you that referral. So now I'm finally about to get referred to a dermatologist. However, my referral takes about a week. So in the meantime, I'm trying every topical I can, just everything that I can think of to try to subdue my skin. And at this point, I'm taking my muscle relaxers that were prescribed to me for my neck because of the car accident I had in 2019. If I didn't have those muscle relaxers, I would have nothing to subdue me throughout the night so that I can at least get an ounce of sleep, because I still have work. I still have all of these responsibilities that, need to be taken care of, but I am absolutely miserable. I am at a point where I'm calling my mom at 4 o'clock in the morning because I can't sleep. And it was like, at that point, I'm just like, I don't really know how much I can deal with this any further. Because nothing, like I said, nothing is getting better. I don't know why my skin has betrayed me in this sense. And I just want it all to stop. So I'm calling my mom at like 4 o'clock in the morning, and I know she's up, and I'm just crying because I'm miserable. I have now sunken into this deep depression that I've never been in before. My body now looks in a way that I've never seen it before. My body has never looked skin-wise this terrible. I mean, of course, you have your regular scars, you have your stretch marks and things like that. But as you can see, whatever was going on with my body is something I just couldn't handle, because my whole platform is body positivity, feeling confident in yourself, loving yourself for who you are. And it's crazy because how can I have a platform and try to create content for you guys, the people who tune into my videos, when I can't stand to look at myself? Like, at this point, I haven't looked in the mirror in weeks, because when I look in the mirror, I just want to cry. So how can I show you, my subscribers, the people who watch me and watch my content, how can I provide you with any type of positive content when I'm literally going through hell right now? So I am just, completely out of it. And at this time, the only thing that seems to be helping me get distracted, twice a week, I'm going to work out. And as my skin is getting worse and I'm just having all of this mental health issues at the same time, I'm just like, okay, working out seems to be the best distraction at this point, because I hate working out and I'm tired and my personal trainer is trying to kill me. But at least I don't have to think about my skin, at least for the hour, 2 hours that I have to work out and then commute back home. So I had my video conference on a Wednesday. They said that, it's going to take about a week to get the referral through the system, blah, blah, blah. So now I'm waiting again. I'm trying to see my 5th doctor at this point, because my skin is not getting better. There is no end in sight. So I'm trying to do the best that I can until I'm able to see a dermatologist. And this is about Monday now. So the following Monday, after I had my video conference with my primary doctor, I scratched my skin. I was on my way to my personal workout, and my skin was itching, and so I scratched my skin. It was on the inside of my thigh. And instead of the regular clear blisters that would happen all over my skin, these blisters were now filled with blood. And so after doing my Googles, it looks to be, when you look up whatever you might think is wrong with you on WebMD, they gonna tell you finna die. So unfortunately, I'm trying to figure out why I now have blood-filled blisters when I scratch. And that started to worry me, because what the absolute fuck? So I'm starting to look up some things. This one disease or thing that happens is when the blood in your system is trying to pull up through your skin, and that can be signs of a blood clot. So I called the urgent care because I need to speak to a nurse on call to figure out, is my anxiety got me tripping, or I really need to see a medical professional immediately. So after I do an evaluation over the phone with the registered nurse on call, she said, yes, you need to go to urgent care right now. So I stopped my workout in the middle and I head to urgent care. I tell my roommate to take me because urgent care told me don't have anybody, don't drive yourself, have someone drive you. So I go back to urgent care and I see Dr. Aloe, I believe that's her name, African doctor, and she was probably one of the most helpful people that I've seen. And so she would be, technically, she's doctor number 5 now. And so I'm just looking at her and I'm just like crying because, again, I don't know what's wrong with me. Everything is getting worse. And all of the doctors that I've seen thus far have not helped me. They have not been able to diagnose what's wrong with me. No one has informed me or suggested to me that I go to see a dermatologist. And so now I am talking to Dr. Aloe, and she takes pictures of my entire body and she says, listen, we're going to get you an emergency appointment with a dermatologist, because you need to be seen immediately. She sends some over to a dermatologist, and, they were like, look, we need you to come in tomorrow morning. I had to drive 40 minutes to Camarillo, some suburb in LA, had to drive 40 minutes to go see her, which of course I was going to do because I need to get fixed. Somebody needs to provide me with some answers right now because I'm well into about 2 months into having this skin issue with no end in sight. So I drive to her. She takes a look at my skin and she was like, you know what? Looking at your skin, I think you have psoriasis. So now that I feel like I have a name to a face as to what's going on with me, I feel a little bit better. Mentally, I'm still in my dark hole, but at least I know exactly what's wrong with me. Now, at that time, she suggested that we do a skin biopsy so we can absolutely know for sure what's going on. However, me being the person that I was, I was already going through a lot. They already had to take a lot of vials of blood from me because I wanted them to test me for everything. Test me for whatever you can, non-STD related and STD related, because I want to make sure that everything that's going on inside of me, I can know about, that I can be accounted for in a sense. And so they're taking like 10 vials of blood on me, and I never had a biopsy before. I had something similar, but it was actual like surgery. And so I was just already in that mind space of like, look, I don't want to be poked and prodded anymore. So let's just, give me some type of treatment so I can fix the skin, so I can stop the itching, and then we'll test it out. We'll come back in a month and we'll see how things go. So the doctor who seen me prescribed me this really strong ointment called clobentasol. And basically, this is what it is. I didn't really use that bad boy up. But basically what this is like a steroid topical ointment. Now, this is, the strong stuff. So she prescribed me with 2 bottles of this, as well as a jar of a, less strong topical steroid ointment. So they tell me what to do. I pay for my ointment. By this time, with all the consultations that I've seen, I've already racked up like $300 in, doctor's visits. And now, I'm just adding more and more. And baby, I am broke. If I ain't never wanted Medicare for all or healthcare for all before, I damn sure want it now. I want it for everyone, despite whatever pre-existing medical conditions. I don't give a fuck. Everybody needs healthcare because of situations like this. Because when I think about it, if I did not have any type of health care, I would be sitting in my house contemplating some very dark thoughts because I couldn't afford to go get the proper medical assistance that I need. And so if I was in that boat, I don't even know how I would be here today telling y'all what I'm going through. So she gives me the topical ointment, and finally I've been prescribed something that actually works. The clobentasol ointment worked and calmed my itching down tenfold, almost instantly. So this is about the second week in February when I start this new treatment, and hands down, it definitely was the best. It gave me the results that I needed. Once I started using that ointment, it changed. I was able to get a good night's sleep. You know, with constant use, you know, some of my bumps and scales started to flatten out. So now it's been a month since I've been taking my steroid ointments, my topicals, and I've been able to sleep better in the last month. Some of my scars have started to flatten out and started to lighten up. And so yesterday was my 1 month checkup appointment. My doctor, my dermatologist, Dr. Blackity, who I absolutely thank, she has been very, you know, patient with me. She has been very concerned and considerate with how I've been feeling, because she knows, and as I told her, I was like, look, doc, I was a bad bitch before this, so I don't, you know, it's really affected me. And yesterday, as my follow-up appointment, we decided to actually do the biopsy, because she looked at my skin. She's like, okay, if this was really psoriasis, your skin should improve even more. But since it hasn't, and the fact that my hands looked a lot worse than when she originally saw me, she was like, it's time to do the biopsy. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. It's nothing to be scared about anymore. Like, I need to know what's going on, and I need clear answers. Now, I do wish I would have done the biopsy a month ago, so then we would have known for sure what I had, but that's on me, and I take full responsibility for being a chicken shit. But now I have done the biopsy. I'm gonna show y'all. I have done the biopsy, and it's just, you know, and so they, you know, numbed me and then took a chunk of my skin, and they took a biopsy from an area where I wouldn't mind a scar. Honestly, I told her, at this point, my whole body is scarred, so take whatever you need to from wherever you need to, because I need some answers. I need some definitive answers at this point. So we took the biopsy, and I just don't know why I was scared, because it took all of 2 minutes maybe. She numbed me up. The shot wasn't terrible. It's a little bad, you know, a little pinch and burn, but it wasn't terrible. I was numbed up relatively fast. She took this little instrument that would just, you know, kind of poke a hole in my skin and grab a chunk. She did that, and it was over and done with, and I got a couple of stitches and I was done. So she does agree that the ointment that she prescribed me is helping my skin by a ton, which I'm very thankful for, because how would I be able to do this without that ointment? How? I don't even know. And so now I've been prescribed a different type of medicine, because my doctor, my dermatologist, now thinks that I have. So, Lichen Planus. What in the hell is it, honestly? So, after finally being diagnosed with Lichen Planus, after 3 months of excruciating hell, I feel somewhat relieved to finally put a name on the devil himself. No, honestly, that's how I felt though. Like, this skin disease is the devil himself. So, Lichen Planus is an inflammatory skin disease that roughly affects about 250,000 Americans per year. Now, it is rare for young adults and children and toddlers to give it. So, from about ages 0 to 18, it is very rare to get Lichen Planus. However, after you get above 19, your chances of getting Lichen Planus grows exponentially. So, how the fuck do you get it? Why do you get it? What is the reason? So with Lichen Planus, you can get it several different ways. You can get it by being allergic to medications for like blood pressure, malaria, heart disease. You can also get it by hepatitis C, and it affects your liver. And then you can even get Lichen Planus by a metal reaction, and I thought that was really tripped out. And finally, the last way you can get Lichen Planus is by an autoimmune reaction. Now, mind you, the very first half, which was very long, little vlog of my video, I let you guys know I had a really bad strep throat at the exact same time as my symptoms on my skin started to appear. And so having this really bad strep throat, I do believe was the cause of my body kind of going crazy. And so another thing that Lichen Planus does, it attacks your skin cells and also the mucous membrane. So every place that generates mucus, that is where the Lichen Planus will reside. So you can have it just in your mouth, you can have it all over your skin, and you can have it in places you don't even want to hear about, honestly. Another thing that I forgot to mention that I did not get a chance to talk about or rant in my very first vlog in March was, and I don't want it to be like a thing, but honestly, I'm going to call a spade a spade. I believe that some responses to my medical condition stem from a place of fatphobia. And I say this because I received a letter from the head of dermatology at Kaiser Permanente. First, when I received this letter, this was before my first biopsy. This was before any tests were done, any blood tests or anything like this. I received a letter stating that the best way to get rid of psoriasis, suggesting that I lose weight in order to clear up my skin condition. Now, I definitely understand, and I definitely have to be considerate of the fact that these doctors are making their best educational guesses as to what my symptoms may be. However, I believe that this was a very tone-deaf email to send to a patient who, number one, you have not seen yourself. Number two, there are no reports of family history, medical history of me having this skin condition, and I have been a larger woman all of my life. So it could not be hereditary, anything like that. And if this was an issue that dealt with my weight, then this would have been an issue for a large part of my life. Honestly, if I'm going to be 100% real, I feel like that letter was bullshit. And it really kind of pissed me off, if we're going to be real, because as I stated before, you have not one test, not one biopsy, not one of anything for you to think that sending a letter telling me that what will clear up what you believe is psoriasis is to lose weight is extremely, in my opinion, unprofessional and very biased. Because the only thing that you could have read from my chart before you sent out this letter was the fact that my weight at the time was, kind of high. Because number one, you have not looked at my chart thoroughly enough to believe that you sending me a letter, whether it's an automatic letter, honestly, I know it's not an automatic letter because your signature is at the bottom. You could not have looked at my charts well enough to believe that issuing me a letter telling me to lose weight for what you believed at the time was psoriasis was of well intentions. There were no positive tests that came back stating that it was confirming it was psoriasis. I have no family history of having psoriasis or any other type of skin condition, and you have no blood work that could even support you thinking that psoriasis is the clear-cut definition or diagnosis as to what I have, and these are the perfect steps that you need to take in order to clear that up. Another thing that also pissed me off, out of all of the doctors that I have seen that looked at me, checked my charts, none of them suggested, yes, you should lose weight because then that's what's going to clear up your skin. So having this head of dermatology doctor send me this letter is very tone deaf, and it really fucked me up, and I'm not gonna lie, because there are so many cases and stories of people who are getting these wrong diagnoses, who are not receiving the care that they need to, who are not getting X, Y, and Z because their first means of treatment that they have been receiving from medical physicians is that you need to lose weight, or maybe it's because you're bigger, things like that. And I feel like that's very harmful as a medical professional, because how long will you overlook someone's concerns because the most obvious problem that's in your face is how big they are? I think that's low-key problematic. you know, not to be that girl. Think it's very problematic though, not gonna lie. And I definitely felt a way about the type of care that I was kind of receiving at Kindness Permanente, because now I start to think, is this what the other doctors thought as well, but they didn't want to tell me, and that's why they were giving me all of these educational guesses. But either way it goes, I just wanted to make sure I vent about how I felt, especially the first part of me getting diagnosed, because as a person who was at her bottom during that time, who is stressing out, who is causing herself so much just internal stress from this situation, the cherry on top, my 13th reason why, was you sending me an email telling me that I need to lose weight for a skin condition that you thought I had and was wrong about. So with that being said, I just want to take that moment to really empathize for other people who are overweight, who are heavier, obese, whatever you want to call it, who are fighting the medical professionals for a proper care, for proper diagnosis, and not just educational guesses that correlate to weight loss and not what may be the issue at hand. So now that my rant is done. Hello party people. Today's date is Friday, March 19th. I am going outside in public for the first time in like months since I've had my skin thing. So this is kind of like a big hurdle for me, because other than going to work out and coming back home, that's all I do. Like groceries type of stuff, I get my groceries delivered for the most part. Like I really don't go outside, and plus it's COVID, so you're not supposed to be outside. So today it is my roommate's birthday and also my best friend's birthday, shout out to Karen, and I am going to celebrate my friend and show up for her, because through all of this that I've been going on with, she has showed up for me, you know, day in and day out. So I just wanted to appreciate her. And as I'm getting better and digging out of my hole that I mentioned before, this is something I feel a little comfortable doing. Luckily I do have a couple of like long sleeve go out wear, so I was able to throw on this cute sweater that I did a review on from Fashion Nova, and it covers like my hands. I can kind of wear them slouchy, which makes me feel a lot more comfortable, because you know, going out in public and you have a skin thing, you're always worried about, okay, what are people going to say when they look at me? So it kind of gets me out of that headspace, trying to, you know, feel more myself again. And they can always just mind their damn business, remember that. And then I just got some long jeans on, and yeah, so I still feel kind of cute, kind of like, okay, I'm actually going outside. So I don't know, I hope it's good. This is just another day. Yeah. Let's get it. Hi party people. So today's date is Friday, April 2nd, and I kind of just wanted to come give like a little progress on how I'm doing, how my skin is doing. I've been officially 90 days. So I'm officially 90 days with Lichen Planus. Being able to go outside. How have I been able to go outside? I've been out 3 different times in the last month. So since my treatment has been getting a little bit better, I've been digging myself out of the hole. I've allowed myself to like try to go out and, you know, not be as self-conscious. Since my scars have been getting better, I've been less likely to be so you know, anal about them, like, oh, if someone else is gonna see, make sure our hands are covered, things like that. It's still a battle every day, but, you know, trying to work with not only the clothes in my closet, but just, you know, prepping myself up, building myself up, because these are, you know, very vulnerable moments. But since my treatments have been, you know, getting better, I'm also on this pill. Let me show you. This, whatever this pill name is, hydrochloroquine. It's like, I believe it's like an oral steroid, because Lichen Planus not only affects, you know, the epidermis, your skin, but it also affects your mucous membrane. So like the inside of my mouth and like other areas have it as well. So I've started to notice that I used to have little white like bubbles in a sense along the bottom of my lip, and now that's almost completely clear. This side on the other hand has been, you know, was the worst side. So as you can see, I still have just a big onslaught of just you know, darkened skin, and some of it used to be raised, but now they're like really flat. So my skin has just been peeling. So as you can see, some of them are lightening up. Just waiting for the rest of my body to just kind of do the same. And that's all on my knee as well, and the back of my calf. So as you can imagine, like having this all over my body, I'm just like, I really need to be fully dressed. And so I've been like working with some of the stuff in my closet, because if you know me, like know me, I have a lot of clothes. So I just been working on some stuff that, you know, kind of curating how I'm going to be going outside, because the weather is getting warmer and things like that. And unfortunately, I only wear short sleeve shirts around my trainer. I'm not comfortable wearing short sleeve shirts outside of that. And the weather is starting to get nicer here in California, so I'm just like trying to, you know, be patient as I can. I start my more aggressive treatment May 5th. It would have been sooner, but I get my second dose of my vaccine, my COVID vaccine, next week, and you know, you have to spare out like injections like those. So I'm very excited for the vaccine, because I'm finna be out here. And also the small improvement that I see with my skin, it definitely gives me, you know, it makes me feel more like myself. Like, you know, I can put on clothes, and even though I can't see it underneath, I may not feel like a bad bitch. You know, when I put my clothes on and I look good, it's like, oh, I'm still there. It's still there on the inside. So, you know, I just wanted to kind of give this little quick, not so quick update. And I'll be going to Chicago at the end of the month. So I just kind of want to keep track of my progress skin wise, you know, between now and then. So I probably won't do another vlog type of check-in until then. So hello party people. It is, what's today's date? It is Wednesday, April 22nd, I think. I hope it is April 21st, April 22nd, even though it's Wednesday. So it's about almost 4 months since I've had Lichen Planus. And as I mentioned, it's on my other like vlog type of, you know, as I'm trying to diary this whole shit out. You know, I've told you guys I felt self-conscious about being outside, showing my skin, because my skin is all blotchy. It's, you know, dark. It's, you know, it looks like I got burn marks and scales and all that stuff that has made me very self-conscious. And today, two things I just want to express to you guys. Number one, even though I do have my long sleeves on, I have on shorts. So guess what I did today? I went to the drive-thru at McDonald's because I needed some breakfast, but I wore my shorts outside. So there was a very big possibility that other people were going to see me and my legs. And so although that makes me very nervous, I did it. So it was very quick. And the reason why I did it to run to McDonald's is because even though it's going to be short moments outside, this is a test for me to get more out of myself. Now, when I came back, I pulled in my parking garage and I was walking back to the elevator, and it was this guy behind me, just older gentleman. And at first I didn't notice him because I didn't notice him when I pulled in, but as I was like walking to the door where the elevator, I noticed him in my peripheral, and I, you know, looked back and I saw him staring at my legs. And so, because he did the little quick look away type stuff. So I'm just like, yes, you see my legs, they are there, but I'm finna go my ass back in the house, so leave me alone. So I don't know. And then it was when I got off the elevator, it was just another girl that I usually see around my apartment complex. And so I was like, okay, you saw me. I have been seen by people, so maybe I should be okay. I should be okay. You know, it's skin. My skin isn't gonna look like this forever, but I still took the opportunity to go outside, you know, with some shorts on, something that normally before this whole skin thing happened, I would have no problem with. You know, on my YouTube channels, I tell you guys, I like showing my skin now, because when I was back in high school, back in grammar school, I would never show my skin. You know, I would wear jeans in 90-degree weather. So this was just a very big milestone for me, that I'm like very proud of myself that I was able to do it. Like, going outside in the view of the public with your skin looking less than normal is huge, because people are judgmental. Like, the look I got from the gentleman was judgmental, but because I'm trying to be more secure within myself, I didn't let it bother me as much. Now, just wanted to make that point. Since I made that point already, I want to mention something else. Since I've been doing this this whole my treatments and stuff for the last 2 months, I've decided to try something else. Now, you guys know how my arms look for the most part. I decided I needed something to kind of fade away all those dark areas on my skin, because there are a lot. Now, some of the areas are slowly, you know, coming back to normal, but I need something a little speedier. And I saw Topical's Faded Cream. They put up a Twitter post. If I can put the Twitter post somewhere up here, editing Nikki, let's bring out some skills. But they made a post on Twitter of, you know, this Caucasian woman who had a burn mark or eczema scar, and they showed her before and after within a month of using the Topical's Faded Cream. I was using this cream already for my face, and as you can see, it's already made points. But because they are now in Sephora and they're back ordered, it took me a minute to even get a bottle. So once my first bottle came again, I ordered 2 more, because the improvements that I saw on that young lady's skin, her before and after, I was like, okay, Topicals, it's time for you to do your thing with me. So I just started using it yesterday. This bottle is not new. I opened this up yesterday and I started using it yesterday. So it's a little flatter than normal, but this is the bottle. It spreads pretty good. I don't have to use so much in order to get like the areas of my skin, under my arm, boobs, stomach, back, legs, and I didn't really have to use that much. So I like the spread of it and how it wears. You're not supposed to use this every day. It says once a week, use once a week to start out, and then work up to using daily use, and then use sun protection during the day. So I used this yesterday. I'm going to use this maybe another, not today, I'm going to use it tomorrow, because with this skin issue, I don't want to create more problems. So I'm going to slowly build up treatment. But you guys have already seen what my skin looks like before. So hopefully within this next month, I'll try to keep you guys updated as well. I'm going to be using this, and hopefully I see difference as well. Hello, party people. Today's date is Tuesday, May 11th. The last time I talked to you guys, I was letting you guys know that I was going to start like aggressive treatment sometime this month, and you know, I was already doing like my Topicals Faded, trying to see how that works on my skin. So here's an update for that. So I did use my Topicals Faded cream only 2 or 3 times for like 1 week, and I applied it over my whole body. So I put it all over my body thinking that it was gonna lighten up all the dark spots, and it did lighten up some of my dark spots, but it also lightened my regular skin too. So I'm like very much too toned, unfortunately. Like, that's just, yeah, so I'm like really light here, and then the dark spots are still relatively dark, and so I'm just like, okay, I did not use this right. So I went to the doctor on May 6th to do a checkup, to do some blood work. And yeah, so what she told me was, because most of my skin condition now, instead of raised scaly bumps, like reddish purplish bumps that was on the first layer of my skin, everything has now kind of drawn into itself, or drawn into the deeper layers of my skin, thanks to the pills that she prescribed me. And I actually have everything here, so I can actually tell you guys the names and stuff. So she prescribed me, I'm on my second month, I think my second or third month of these pills, and these pills are called hydrochloroquine. Yes, hydrochloroquine. And it's a generic for Pliniquil or Plaquenil. So that's what I've been using to kind of draw the stuff that's been on top of my skin, and even it was like white dots on the bottom of my lip. Those have all subsided since I've been taking this, which I'm very, very thankful for. And then other areas of my skin that has gotten a little bit better. My hands, so my hands have gotten a little bit better. My front of my hands have gotten better. I think the last time you guys saw my hand, all of this was like really red and really like polka dotty in a sense, and this was kind of going that same route. My wrists are kind of lightening up a little bit. And then as far as my legs, those are still relatively the same. I guess if I can stand up, I'll show you guys. So, no, can I show? Okay, so this is one side of my leg and like how it's been kind of lightening up. And then my other side of my leg is super dark. It's just like the whole side is what it looks like right here. So that's what I'm kind of dealing with right now. So yes, that's what it is. I was told that I did not need to take the stronger, more aggressive treatment, which was going to be like injections, like steroid injections. And so what my doctor kind of explained to me when I saw her last week was the pill she gives me is a slower success rate. And she gives them to you if you can't take the injections first. I couldn't take the injections first because I got the COVID vaccine, and that just would have interfered with each other. So we didn't want to do that. And so since the pills were already working and at least showing a little bit of improvement, she said it'll be easier to take me off the pills when it's time to take me off the pills versus when it's time to take me, or when I need to stop doing the injections. So, well, the way she explained it to me was that if she were to give me the injections, since all of my stuff is kind of drawn into itself and it's not on the top layer, it's not really scaling anymore, we're really trying to focus on all the hyperpigmentation that's going on, the injections would not solve that. So it wouldn't be a point to do that, and with the harsher side effects that it has, it just, kind of might be a waste of time with how my skin is now. So what we're going to do is I have been put on a wait list for light therapy. And so what I kind of expressed to my doctor was, she did say that with the light therapy, it's going to darken my skin. It's going to try to get everything one solid color. And my only issue was, I was like, Doc, is it going to give me one solid color like this nice brown tan, or is it going to look like the left side of my ass? Like, that was just very big to me, because obviously those are two kind of really different, types of skin. One I'm very used to and one I'm not used to at all. So I told her, I was like, okay, well, yeah, let's put me on a wait list. The wait list is about a month or two. In the meantime, she told me to do some other like home remedies for my skin, and that's what I picked up. As far as the topicals faded cream, I did show her the ingredients list for that. And that's when she told me that I shouldn't slather it all over my skin. She told me I should take a Q-tip with the topicals and put it on each dark mark of my skin, so that it only literally affects those little dark marks. So while meticulous as that might be, I'm definitely going to do it, but I'm going to wait off on doing my topicals again just yet. I did pick up some stuff from CVS that she suggested that I use. I got some chips in here, hold on. So first thing I got was the Neutrogena all over sunscreen. Now, if you follow Makeup for Women of Color, then sunscreen is so great, and you always supposed to be using sunscreen because the rays from the sun, they're so harsh and all this other stuff, and you need protecting. And also, if you have dark marks on your face, and that's what I primarily use or go to Makeup for Women of Color for, to get all my dark spots cleared up. And as you can see, it has worked. So I used to use sunscreen just for my face, and now I used to use the Neutrogena for my face, and now I'm going to use it for my body. I just got the Ultra Sheer Body Mist sunscreen. I got it for 45, or the broad spectrum 45. So I'm going to see how that goes. So she recommended that I use sunscreen so that the dark marks that are already there don't get darker. It's going to get hot. It's already hot in LA. So she just advised me to use sunscreen. So I picked some of that up. Let me move my chips out the way. And then also I got this aloe vera gel. I wish I could have just went to the store and just got the actual aloe vera plant, but I ain't really have time for that, unfortunately. Maybe in like a week or two, maybe I will try to find some. But right now I do have this gel. It's pretty good. It says it's supposed to moisturize the skin, restore the natural balance of the skin. And those are things that I really need. And it's also protected for the skin against environmental damages. And then the ingredients, or the first two ingredients, is water and aloe, which is really good because you hate to see aloe all the way at the bottom or in the middle of an ingredients list, and it's supposed to be the very first thing. So I'm going to be using that along with the ointment. So between my ointment and the home remedies, your girl might be set to go. I have gotten out a little bit more in the last month. I went home to Chicago and I actually went outside with like short sleeves, kind of trying to be okay and not so self-conscious about my skin, because people gonna talk no matter what, and no one minds their own business, so I wouldn't expect them to in this instance. So I'm just gonna, keep doing my own thing, trying to get myself up out my box slowly but surely. But I just wanted to give you guys this quick little update. It's going on 10 minutes. I need to do my updates just a little bit quicker. And so yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing for right now. My next doctor's appointment isn't until July, so I will check in with you guys then. But if I see any improvement between May and July, I'm definitely going to give you guys a quick little update on that. So thank you for tuning in. All right, people, it is Monday, July 5th. I know it's been a while since I gave you guys an update, but since my progress and the progress of my skin is going to be very, very slow, that's why I don't give you guys like weekly updates or monthly updates. That's why I try to do it like 2 months out of the time, because for a lot of the time nothing's gonna happen. But I do have slight progress to show you guys from the last video, and I'm in my bathroom because I'm gonna take a shower. I just finished working out. So these are what my hands look like now. So hand progress. My back is getting a lot clearer. Let me show you the other side. This side isn't getting clear fast enough, but still getting clear. My chest looks relatively the same, and that goes for like my stomach, and my legs kind of are getting clearer, and like half my butt, but I can't show you guys that. So I'm still on the same treatment. The last time I talked to my doctor, they were thinking about giving me a home light therapy, but when they called and they told me after my insurance it was going to be $570, I told them I was going to wait to do the trials at the clinic for $30 a session, because what type of money do y'all think I got? So yeah, that's the update. I do see my doctor on Wednesday before I go to Chicago, just to see what my skin is looking like. There is like a slight issue with the right side of my leg, like semi-raised bumps, but hopefully it's not nothing serious. I've been using some new products. I'm probably gonna show you guys. Maybe I'll do like a little update on Wednesday so I can show you guys the other products that I'm using and other soaps. But yeah, other than that, nothing's gonna changing too much. Just a little progress. Very frustrating, but good progress is better than no progress at all. Hello, party people. Today's date is August 18th. I know it's been a minute since I've updated you guys, but I think since my last update, I thought everything was like going fine. Was on the same type of treatment path. I think I've told you guys that they might be wanting to do the blue light therapy on my skin, and at that point, the machine, I was on a list to go in for clinicals, like clinical trial, whatever, and I was number 12. And so because of the corona, they only allowed one person at a time, and they have to complete their treatment before another person can go. And so, like I said, I was number 12 at that point. So I was like, okay, well, let me just see how much the machine is to get it, put in my apartment so that I can, get better. Because my last doctor's appointment was in July, I think, and I was starting to know a little bit of like hives coming to like the right side of my leg, and from the time I went and came back from Chicago, till now, the hives on my leg has gotten worse. And then they're starting to like come back on my arms and things like that. So I went ahead 2 weeks ago. I went ahead and had another phone call with my dermatologist and told her, look, things are starting to get a little worse. I'm starting to have like these hives and all this other stuff. You know, can we do the treatment? So she was like, call them again. You know, the light dabbling light therapy machine. She's like, see if they can do a payment plan, because I knew with my deductible it was going to be $570, and I'm like, I can't pay $570 just all up front like that. Like I can't. So I called Dabbling back and I tried to ask them what type of like payment plans they have, and the young lady, she like, you know, let me know. She was like, well, as of July 1st. They've done, or Kaiser has done a new update to their policy, and your balance for the machine is 0. So I was very happy, very thankful, because I really just don't know how I was gonna do that 570 like all at once. But I really needed the machine because my skin was actually getting worse, and I'm like, especially after a couple of months of what I thought was getting better, I was like, I need to make something shake like soon as possible. So I got my machine delivered. I'm gonna insert a clip of the actual machine. I just got off the phone with the pharmacist to tell me my treatment plan, how long I need to do it, all the schematics of it. And I just came from downstairs and had to get a tape measure that I had in my car because I need to be 9 inches away. So I'm gonna do that. Today's day 1. I start 3 days a week. So yeah, let's hope to a good improvement. They told me that I won't start seeing like a difference until between like 8 to 12 weeks. And when I was talking to this other girl I know about Lichen Planus, because she also had it, then I was like, okay, I kind of know what to expect. So yeah, so they want. Yeah, Tuesday, November 22nd. So I am about 40 days into using my light therapy machine. And I'm going to again show you like a before clip, like when it was fresh and where I am now. Now, again, they told me when I was doing my therapy machine that I am going to get tan all over, which I did. Like, it's not bad. Like, you know, I like the more tan, but like, you know, of course, the other spots are darker, as you can see. I feel like it's a lot more. Some improvements as well, especially in my back. I don't know which footage I'm using. So, and then on the other side. So, and then my legs are pretty much a little bit the same, but trying to get all one color. It's working its way. So, for the most part, pretty happy. I don't have any more raised bumps on the skin. I'm very happy about that. It's like one like scar thing, whatever, but for the most part I don't have any like raised bumps on the skin. They're all flattening, they're all trying to either lighten up or, you know, like disappear. So I'm pretty happy. My chest is kind of lightening up, but as you can see, still a lot of like dots or whatever. But I'm going to make sure like I keep using sunscreen and stuff like that, so hopefully things get even. I unfortunately won't see my doctor or my dermatologist until January. I wanted it to be sooner, but I have to call and see if they have cancellations. But so far, this is where we are at about 11 months in to, you know, what has been the worst thing ever, if I have not said it enough already. But so far, I'm like a lot happier with things. I hope you can notice this weight loss. Look, my hands are still like but I'll show you. I can't wait for day 80 of this life therapy. Hell, day 100. I just cannot wait for things to just keep getting better. I love seeing the improvement, especially on my back. I just can't wait for things to get, you know, all one color. But I'm very, very happy with how things are going. And I can always keep this machine, so I'm very, very happy. So there we are at day 40-ish of life therapy, and you know, can't wait to see how well it goes. So after being diagnosed after about 3 months of personal hell, I get a little bit of hope, and I start to think that yes, during this journey is very, very important, because I am at a place that is completely the opposite of the Nikki that you guys have seen on my channel. And luckily, this is the turning point. You know, I still have a lot. You guys, there's still a lot to be tuned in for. But I would just say that after finally receiving like a proper diagnosis, I feel like there is a light at the end of my excruciatingly painful tunnel. So after being finally diagnosed, I'm very, very happy. And we're trying to leave too quick because there is a lot more to stay tuned. This is literally only the first part of my journey. Stay tuned.